The crew had gathered for a solemn ceremony to pay tribute to the more than 1,500 people who had died in the most famous maritime disaster more than 100 years ago. Rob McCallum, the expedition leader, gave a short speech, then handed a wreath to Nargeolet, the oldest man on the ship. As is tradition, the youngest McCallum's nephew was summoned to place his hand on the wreath, and he and Nargeolet let it fall into the sea. After the wreath sank from view, the submersible hatch and the dive began. For some members of the crew, the sight of the wreck was familiar, but for Paul-Henri Nargeolet, whose life was most entwined with the Titanic, he had dived it more than 30 times beginning shortly after its discovery in 1985 and now served as the underwater research director for the organization that owns salvaging rights to the wreck. Nargeolet remained obsessed with the Titanic, so Nargeolet climbed into a radically different submersible owned by a company called OceanGate